Whoa, hey, hi. What's up? Autumn dropping in here for the first time. Weird, wild. We got a speed paint today. Let's go straight into it. So, it's been a while since I made a properly edited video. Kinda wanted to go all in on videos lately, considering art is my one and only true love in the long run. But today, we're designing a prism girl. Oh, what prism? To start off, let's give the world building for Prism, for dummies. In this world, the government pays people to become magical girls with these crystals called prisms. This amazing idea was made by Genji Ninja OWM. Their playlist of all their prism videos will be in the bio below. So please make sure to go check that out. They're amazing. I love them. With this in mind, we're making a magical girl. I've been wanting a character design challenge lately, considering that character design is actually what I'd like to do for a living, that and like keyframe animation, but that's a whole different story, So I opened up my Pinterest and took the first two pictures that I saw for inspiration, which was these. So we went for a boxing butterfly. Now, as you can hear the giggle, I know that's not really how the themes work in the Prism world, or rather, it does not sound like those would go together, quite frankly. But dumb the theme down to butterfly and move on. I'm begging you, let's do this all together. But I struggled a lot with her first draft. If you look in the corner of the screen, you'll see it was 2 in the morning, and that they sleep is night. Totally fine, whatever. I'd rather be sitting up, talking to myself and trying to fight with this stupid drawing than roll around for hours because insomnia is a bitch. Anyways, as I struggled throughout the draft, I stopped halfway. I was hating the direction it was going, and I went and found a butterfly to base her off, which I should have done in the first place, but I don't know. I was tired. It was 2 in the morning. So I went with the giant African swallowtail. They're the most poisonous butterfly on the planet. Don't go eating this big guy. This helped a lot with the color palette as well as the weapon, actually, so I was able to get a draft that I hated. But I finally finished a draft. This was her. Look at her. She's stupid. Well, I love the concept of the draft per se. It was too frilly and it was too flowy. She didn't get the boxer point across, so I looked up like those boxer cloaks, like the flashy things boxers wear when they walk out. And I did end up using that. I think the biggest thing though that I immediately went and changed is that she didn't look old enough. Maybe it's a little weird, but going into this, I wanted to make a more or less seasoned magical girl. A retired ex-boxer that was super sweet and has twins. Don't ask me why those were the exact details that first came to mind, but they were. So the first thing I went and redid was a shoulders up shot for the sake of figuring out her face and her hair. Those were the biggest things I had problems with from her original draft. I looked up boxer braids. They always have those tight braids to keep their hairs out of their face, and I really struggled because I still wanted an homage to the butterfly antenna. So I did 2 bangs with like the sharp, straight edges at the end to mock her civilian form. Don't worry, we'll talk about that a little bit later and you'll get to see it. I rounded out and I softened her face, added some wrinkles, and I was beyond happy with how it came out. And so going from there, that meant we moved on to the full outfit. I know I wanted to remove all the frilly, the way it went out, like I wanted it to be more down and centered per se. So I removed the longer ribbons on the cloak and they got booted so fast. They were gone. They went into the ether. I moved them onto her gloves instead. When you look up boxer gloves, if you look like in the palm, there's like a swirl. I don't know how to explain it. There's like a swirl. There'll be a picture on screen. I know there will be. But so it was very easy to put those like long ribbons to mimic the ends of the butterfly wings on the gloves instead, and they wouldn't really get in the way of her. They weren't super long, so I felt like it was relatively easy. But outside of keeping the top relatively simple, I gave her stockings to mimic the butterfly wings with some spots. I was really happy with how she was turning out. I say spots as if you can see the colors yet. Don't worry, we'll get there. I promise. I'm a little ahead of myself. The next thing I wanted to check was the silhouette. With character design, being a character design artist for so long, the biggest thing is checking your silhouettes. I did notice her pose did not do her a lot of justice in this, but the OG silhouette compared to the final is much better and reads boxer better. Much more thick, firm, it wasn't so frilly. The next stop was putting the silhouette next to one of the PRISM girls, like the canon ones. Obviously, I picked Kasumi for this. Katsumi? This motherfucker. For the sake of this test. And like I said, while the pose didn't do any favors, I still feel like she read well enough next to a canon silhouette. So, on to the color drafts. Like I said, when picking the butterfly, it really helped figure out the colors for me. Because this butterfly had so little colors, and I only had 2 options for the primary and the accent colors. With the PRISM universe, there is a primary color, and the saturation of that defines the power level, or at least that's my understanding. And while her primary color isn't super saturated, her accent color is. We went brown and yellow to match the butterfly. We used 3 shades of yellow for this. One for the metal accents, like the spikes on her gloves and the butterfly on her belt. And then we used one for the boxer cloak trim, like the outer sides and whatnot. And then the gloves and the hair matched. So please let me know if I completely misunderstood the color standards. Genuinely, I was going based off my understanding. And I know that I could have been wrong. I do admit if she was wrong, but she's gorgeous and I love her. So I don't know what you want from me. It's a little late for that now. But with that, the colors were finished, and I was happy with how she came out. Going into a little bit more of like her as a magical girl. The spikes on her glove can cause numbing or paralysis, but she is a personal choice. Never stabs anyone with them. I drew them a bit bigger than they probably would be realistically for the sake of like the aesthetic of looking big and scary. And then I left her like big toe out on both of her socks. I genuinely thought it would look cool. Like, also it was an excuse to like show off her messy nail paint job from her twins, because her twins like to paint her nails. But say hello to Chisara. Chisara, I really hope I'm saying my own character's name correctly. Which means to change or improve, keeping the butterfly theme of transformation. As far as like her personal story, she is a retired ex-boxer, which is, I feel like I brought that up earlier. I can't remember if I did now. She used to fight dirty and then only played matches where she was paid to win and the other was paid to lose. So, like those matches where everybody benefits and everybody who made bets on actual raw skill benefited. She was in it for the money, despite originally joining for the thrill of the fight and enjoying the challenge that was boxing. But when she had kids and her wife started working from home, she's a lesbian because I said so. She decided to quit such a sketchy business. Being at home so often and not wanting to bring her family into what could potentially go wrong, she had to quit. She wanted to put her family first. She wanted to hang out with her family more often because boxing took a lot of her time. But she still wanted to be making enough money to ensure her kid's future. So she joined the PRISM business. It's not like she hates being a magical girl, but saying she likes it would be generous. But she loves her wife, and she loves her kids, and she would do anything for them. And I'm sure the speed paint already started at this point, but we're ending with a rendered piece I did of her. What are the chances I'll draw her again? Unfortunately, pretty low. But who knows? If y'all like her enough, maybe she'll make a comeback. Maybe I'll do some more stuff on her. But I hope y'all are ready for more videos like this. I really have a lot of things planned, including a Pokemon challenge with a few of my friends. I thought it was silly, like the 100 Pokemon in 10 minutes challenge or whatever it's called. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. We're gonna go get tattoos. We're also gonna have a more personal challenge, not personal challenge, personal video soon for the sake of just laying out grounds of where the channel's going now. I know my YouTube's been kind of dead versus like, my Twitch, but I definitely really want to like hammer down on my YouTube and start working with it more often. I do enjoy making YouTube videos and editing, like genuinely I do. As it stands, I am mostly live on Twitch Tuesday through Saturday. I hope y'all will check that out. Thank you guys so much for the support, and for those of you who don't know, I do have an official Discord where you can check out everything below. You can watch me draw live and play silly games, and sometimes you'll get to see me and my friends hang out. That's always tons of fun. I hope you all enjoyed. I don't know how to end this. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.